Okay, so I'm here down by this gorgeous lake here. The sun is going down, and I thought this is a nice opportunity to get a time lapse with my camera here. This is the EOS R5, but this works similarly on other EOS R and DSLR cameras as well. So it is a Canon, but it's an opportunity to try out time lapse, whatever camera you've got. And in fact, I did do one with my iPhone, and I've also done it with the GoPro here as well. So I've got it here, and there are two ways really you can do this on the camera. One of them is to do it in photo mode, where it takes a series of photos and you've got to put them all together later, which can be a bit of a pain. You can do it in movie mode, which is what I'm in here, and I'm going to use that because it'll just create one movie for me. So the way that I do this is you've got to go into the menu and set it up. So as I said, I'm in movie mode. Just so you know, one thing, I like to shoot in log or C-Log3, and you can't do that when you're doing a time lapse. So before we go into the menu, there are some cautions as well. In the manual, do have a look under time lapse, because it's got some cautions in there, like not pointing it at, you know, something bright like the sun if you're going to do a time lapse, and some other things as well. Don't change the zoom when you're doing it and all sorts of other things like that. But as I said, I've got to switch off the C-Log. So let's just go into the menu here. It is in the camera menu. Let's just go across here, and you can see it's got Canon log settings. Now, if I was to go across further into the time lapse, you'll see it's actually grayed out. So I can't actually do it there. Firstly, let's switch off the log settings. Let's just switch that to off. And now when I go back to my time-lapse movie, you can see it's now available. Sometimes it can take a little while for that to become enabled so that you can select it. So let's just enable it. I have to tell it certain things like the interval, the number of shots, the movie recording size, and also the auto exposure. First thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to change this to 4K. I could put it on 8K, but I think 4K is enough for this. Okay, so let's do that. The auto exposure now, it's fixed on the first frame. So you're going to set the exposure first, and you do that by taking a photo, and we'll do that. And I want it not to change because I want to capture the light falling. If I didn't change this, if I changed this now to each frame, it would adjust the exposure, so it would brighten it up until, you know, maybe it couldn't brighten it anymore, and that's not the purpose that I want here. The auto screen off, if I do that, it will switch the screen off and save some battery power whilst it's doing it. I'm just going to leave it on disable. Now we're going to keep that first fixed frame. We've got our movie size. Let's go to here with the interval, and over here it's showing that it's going to do it every 3 seconds, and you can set intervals of hours, minutes and seconds. The cool thing is it's showing me down the bottom how long the recording time is going to be, and that's with that little camera there, and then the playback time is going to be 12 seconds. Well, I want to adjust that. I want to record maybe for about half an hour, and I want also to, because that's how long maybe the sun's going to take to set, I'm going to go for, let's do it every 10 seconds, and you can immediately see that's going to change it to 49 minutes there. Let's go to OK. Now the number of shots also dictates how long this is going to record for. So I don't want to do it for 50 minutes. I want it for less. So if I drop it to 200, I press, I can see it's half an hour, 33 minutes and 10 seconds. I think I might just go a little bit low. Let's go to say 150. That's going to be 24 minutes and 50 seconds. That's going to be plenty. So let's just go to OK. Right, now if I just come out of the menu, so I'm ready to go. What I need to do, and you can see it's actually got it on the screen here, 24 minutes and 50 seconds, and it's going to do 10-second intervals. I think I might just change my exposure a bit down here to something like that. So I'm on F10. That will also give me a lot of things in focus. Now I need to press my shutter button, not the record button for the video. So I press it, and it takes a shot, and it now comes up with a message on the screen. Test and set exposure settings on the screen. Press the shutter button to take a test shot. Okay, let's do that, and I think maybe I'll just brighten it just maybe a touch. Let's just do that. Okay, it's got the message there, I'm fine. Now I'm going to press the camera, the record button, to get ready to shoot the time-lapse movie. Okay, let's just do okay. So pressing it doesn't record it, it just gets it ready. So if I press that, you can now, you can see I use the stop button, the shutter button to actually trigger it, and then I can use that to go back. And to get out of this at any point, all I've got to do is press the shutter button or the record button and it will stop. So let's do this. Okay, so that's done. Let's take a look. I've got the gloves on now, it's cold. Well, maybe that would have been better if I would have had a better sunset. But hey, that's the luck of the draw when it comes to taking videos and taking photographs. It's all in the timing sometimes. Anyway, I also did this with my iPhone and I've got a video on how to do that as well. So thanks for watching. If you do like this, please do like, share and subscribe.